Welcome to season 2 of the Energy Upgrade podcast. I'm your host, Vanessa, master biohacker and successful entrepreneur. In season 1 of the Energy Upgrade, you got to have a taste for my obsession in all things health, energy, entrepreneurship, spirituality, and biohacking, or how to take radical responsibility in living a life by design. As a certified health coach, integrated health practitioner, kinesiologist, and seasoned entrepreneur who built and sold a 7-figure business, I want to dive deeper in this season 2. After healing myself from burnout, from my health falling apart, my hormones leaving my body, I'm here to share everything I wish someone had told me. Every day, I have the incredible opportunity to be mentoring women and supporting them in becoming true magnetic energy bombs. I'm helping them remember who they were all along. It's so powerful that I want to take you in on the journey, almost as if you were a fly on the wall. You'll find that I'm not your typical health coach, and I'm not your typical business coach either. I'm somewhere in between with a lot of spirituality sprinkled in there. This podcast is a sacred place where I come and share with you things that will bring you a high return on investment, because yes, I'm all about ROI. Life goes fast, and if I can show you a shortcut or two, I'll have succeeded at bringing you value. Thank you for being here. Let's go.
Your time is now. Your energy is your life force. You want to be able to magnetize your wellness streams. A liver detox is the fastest way to start healing. You can and you will.
Welcome to the Energy Upgrade, everybody. This is Vanessa Grutman, your host, and today I'm excited to be welcoming a client of mine, a friend of mine, a dear collaborator, Jessica Bédard from Maison Bédard. Hi, Jess. How are you?
Hello, how are you? Thank
Good.
you so much for
I'm
having me.
excited to have a conversation with you today, and I wanted to bring you on because I have witnessed you over the last, more than a year now, going through your own health journey, going through your financial journey, your business journey. And there's something that landed in your universe about 3 months ago that kind of changed everything. And I thought it was a very inspiring story for women to hear. I know a lot of people are wanting more diversification in their revenue streams. I know people are looking for different ways to generate income. And so I want to talk about this opportunity that you found. Now, let's start with the very beginnings for people that don't know you. You are a luxury shoe designer here in Canada, one of the only. And talk to us a little bit about your story.
Well, thank you. So, if I go back to my childhood, like fashion was in my DNA at a very, very young age. And, I remember getting up so early and choose my shoes and built an outfit out of it. And I would get to the daycare and I just didn't understand that every child around me liked to play with toys and wanted to do activities, because all I needed really was, or all I wanted was just to be in a closet with shoes. I remember my parents bringing me to their friends and they didn't need a babysitter. They would put me in that closet with shoes and I was good for 3 hours. So, it's just such a passion for me. And, I grew up and then people would ask me, Jessica, what do you want to do when you grow up? And I would say, I want to be a shoe designer. But then people would laugh because where I'm from, in the modern swirl of where I'm from, a shoe designer would be a dream, not a career. So I've learned to not dream so big at a very young age. And then the problem is that I didn't like school, so I didn't know what to do with my life. And someone told me, everyone was telling me actually at that time, that my touch was special. So I decided, well, there you go. I'm just going to go learn massage therapy. And, I did well. I did this for 15 years and I ended up teaching in a college. But when my son was 3, I met my husband, Eric, who was a Major League Baseball player. And I had the opportunity to follow him in his dream. So when he retired in 2015, he said, Jessica, you followed me in my dreams. So now what's your dream? And I went back to that little girl who had such big dreams, and I said, this is it. I have another chance. So at 35, I left pretty much everything. And I went back to school in Milan, Italy, and I graduated in the footwear industry. And I've been having a beautiful team called Arise, who's managing my production. It's now been 8 years that I produce beautiful shoes. I make shoes because I feel woman has sacrificed beauty for comfort for so long. So I produce in a very renowned factory, and my goal is to offer women shoes they can actually live their real life in, shoes that they don't feel pressure point, so I'm just really, really proud of this project. But what happened is that over 2 years ago, the world went on pause, and the reality is that I wasn't selling shoes anymore while everyone was kept inside their house. And it was hard. It was a very, very difficult moment for me because I was seeing this dream, just slipping through my finger. And I just didn't have any tools. I didn't know where to go from there. And I decided in 2003, this year, that I would do some personal training, health training. I actually had the opportunity to work with you. You have completely transformed my health. And anyone would know that when you feel good, when your brain is clear, all of the ideas are coming, so I did, personal training, health training, business training, branding training. Now I have also the opportunity to be coached by you in the world of business, which is absolutely amazing. And, I just feel that I have reinvented myself, and I have found ways to expand my talents. So on my platform at Maison Bédard, I now have different pillars where I still do the footwear, but now you have pushed me to have a styling service where I thought for many years a lot of people were encouraging me to do this, but I just never thought that women would need me, because for me, this is something that comes so easy. So I never thought that women would need me, but I realized that a lot of them, feel stuck, or they look at their closet and they just don't know what to put together. And, they don't even know what their style is anymore. They're not inspired. And they leave the house and they don't feel good. And I truly believe that style is an expression of who you are and how you feel. So when you feel good, you vibrate at another level and you attract good things, and I just really want to help women. And the response has been overwhelming. I'm mind blown, like how I'm able to help women. So, and then I also have another pillar called wellness. And in the wellness, I just really want to share with people all of my favorite and either product or technology, which brings me to tell you that, I was introduced to this beautiful product called LifeWave X39. And it's a product, it's a technology that works like phototherapy. Just like how when you go outside under the sun, your body develops vitamin D. So it's a little patch with 3 ingredients: water, oxygen, and crystallized amino acid. And when you put this little patch on your skin, it creates heat. And with the wavelength of the heat in your body develop a copper peptide. And this copper peptide tells your brain to reactivate your own stem cells. So many benefits, from the quality of your skin to recuperation of a workout, wounds healing, better sleep. It's just really anti-inflammation. It's a product that works on the inflammation, so you just automatically feel so much better. And, things like that have allowed me to to find a different type of revenue. And it has actually saved, my dream, which is produce full shoes. It also, I call it, it became my silent investor,
Yes.
So I just feel like extremely grateful that I was able to expand and feel good and have a vision and attract other things in my on my platform, different pillars that are allowing me to be able to survive as an entrepreneur, and
Yeah.
there's a beautiful opportunity, for extra revenue. So
Yeah.
it's really because I'm helping people and I'm bringing more revenue, which is allowing me this beautiful dream. So
Wow. Okay. Let's unpack that because you just gave us the synopsis of your entire life in like 10 minutes. So thank you. I need to unpack that because there's so many layers to what you said. So first of all, for everybody listening, I love your story of really going back to your dream and giving you the permission to make it happen. Of course, you had the support of your husband, which always is helpful. But at the end of the day, you decided even at age 35 that it wasn't over. You could still reinvent yourself. You could still do it. So I think that's beautiful. And I think people need to hear stories like this because we often throw the towel at our dreams. We'll decide, well, it's too late. Why me? Do I really have what it takes? And I just love that you went for it. Now, of course, also, you talked about how the pandemic affected that dream. Yes, because you're producing luxury leather, the most amazing, most comfortable shoes you will ever wear in your entire life. I can spend days, like seriously, I've spent like 13-hour days in your shoes and I don't even remember I have shoes on. Like it's that amazing. But of course, when people are working from home, they're not really thinking of buying luxury footwear, right? And so I remember when we started working together, you were so worried, just like, okay, are we like, am I going to make it through? Am I going to be able to put all these, because your cost obviously to produce, you're not willing to compromise the quality. So your cost is really high to run these things. And so you even were starting to look for investors, despite the fact that you didn't want to have other people come into your business and tell you how to run it. But you were kind of at that point, right? And I remember when you called me in the summer and you said you had been to this conference in California. And you said, listen, everybody's wearing this little patch on the back of their neck. You have to hear about this. This is like the greatest biohack. And I think I just found my silent investor. And I was like, what? And I'm always skeptical of anything that sounds too good to be true. For me, integrity is really important. So I was like, okay, let me try it. Let me give it a try. Let me see what's going on with this. And the idea for us having this conversation today is it turns out that this has been, that it's just part of your lifestyle for you. This patch brings you more energy. It helps with your sleep. But also it's part of your overall message to support women in, transforming themselves, reconnecting with our power, which we're very aligned in our missions that way. You do it through style and through fashion and through, feeling really good in your body and making sure that the clothes that you're wearing, that you are wearing them and that your clothes aren't wearing you. You always say that, which I love. Yeah. But yeah, so this patch for you has become an extension, just a totally fluid, natural thing for you to add to your portfolio. And well, turns out because people are having amazing results, everybody's really excited about it. Turns out now it's financing the shoe business, your shoe department, and you're able to fund yourself now, your production, and bring back the love and the high frequency and the excitement to it. So anyway, it's just so amazing to witness and to see you transform on this journey. And it's like, I always say, right, the universe gives you what you're ready for.
Yeah.
And it's like it landed on your lap on this, not even a gold platter. It was like a diamond plated platter.
It
Like,
is.
Jess, this is your solution. And I wanted to bring that up today because there is not a single woman I speak to these days that is not looking for added revenue streams, for diversification. You know, gone are the days where we put all our eggs in the same basket. I think we're all feeling it now, whether you're you're a salaried employee, whether you're an hourly employee, we're all at risk when we're not controlling our source of income. And so what I love about this patch, which I want to dive deeper into, is that there's also, not only is there a actual physical benefit when you wear the patch, right? So when you wear it, when you utilize the product, you'll see amazing transformations in your body. But also for those who might be looking for a new revenue stream, it provides a very exciting business opportunity, which you've tapped into. And that's what I want to talk about here, because women are hungry for this. They're hungry for more control of their finances. They're wanting to take the reins back. And again, I'm not saying like leaving everything behind, but hey, wouldn't it be nice to add a few thousands of dollars every month, you know, and just know that your groceries are covered and know that your basic needs are covered, you know, that would change everything, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you know, being an entrepreneur like us, I mean, it's a lot of beautiful things and it's a lot of also scary things. You know, I have the opportunity to live my dream, you know, but there's also a night where I go to bed and I'm like, what have I done? You know, because like you said, in the past years, you know, when there's a situation like we had, it was very scary, and I just didn't know. Like I had so much overstock, and I didn't have the revenue to reproduce shoes. So it's like, where do I go from here? So to have found an opportunity like that, but again, you know, through the healing, the clarity, I feel when we vibrate at another level, we attract good things. And for myself, I was going for a training in Los Angeles, in Newport, actually, in California. And the girl that was doing my makeup was speaking with a naturopath about those patches. It's everywhere over there. So I got really intrigued because, you know, stem cells is something that I actually studied with my husband in the past few years, actually, because Eric had injury in his neck and shoulder. So it's something that we studied a lot. But what I love about that product is that it really connects with my value, which it's very natural. It's a product that was invented by David Schmidt, and he's been working on it for 19 years, going to be celebrating 20 years next year. And I just absolutely love his value. And, you know, I love that I make people feel good, because I'm in design, and I just thought of this the other day. We can also design our health, right? Not just our style. We design our home, we design our style, but we can also design our health. I truly believe in that. And so for me, imagine making money, having a silent investor, that I like to call it. I get to work from home. I get to help people. I get to continue this dream, you know, like, so it's like,
it's win, 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 win. Exactly.
Win-win. Yes. And I get to help people with their health, but there's, like you said, there's also women that are looking for an extra revenue to be less stressed at the end of the month. So it's like, it's really nice, because I feel like I'm changing life in so many ways, you know.
Yes.
Like I said, it really connects with me because it's a natural product, and you know, there's over 100 patents on this product, where, you know, once you read about it, it's just like, wow, this is the future. It's so fun to have discovered something.
Did you hear the news? The Energy Upgrade coaching program just got a full facelift. That's right. I had been wondering, how can I give the woman in this coaching container even better, stronger, deeper transformations, even faster? How can we create a tribe, a true community that will really support your transformation? And I think I've finally been able to crack the code on exactly that. In the Energy Upgrade Coaching, the new generation, this program is really designed for women who are wanting to heal their body, who are needing and wanting to reclaim their energy, who also are wanting to reconnect with their body, get out of their heads, and listen to their intuition a little bit more so that they can reconnect with their purpose, with their power. So this program is nothing short of extraordinary. We have incredible transformations, and it's now available over 4 months at a more affordable price so that you can actually decide to stay in the energy upgrade as a lifestyle support. It's really there to hold you, to make sure that you have all the tools, all the answers to your questions so that you can really transform at the speed of light. The doors are currently open if you're curious to learn more, and if you're wondering whether this program could help you with some of your symptoms or some of your goals, please let's connect. You can always book a free connect call with myself so we can discuss what are your goals, what is your current situation, and could this be a solution to help you get unstuck? I look forward to connect with you, and I will include the link in the show notes to the Energy Upgrade New Generation details. I hope to see you there. Let's talk about this patch. And for those of you who are watching us on YouTube, I'm going to show it. I actually just removed it from my bag. It looks like nothing. Okay. It's literally a sticky, like almost like a sticker, a little patch that you, like you said, we call this a non-transdermal patch because there's actually no ingredients in this. There's no peptides or nothing that's being pushed in the skin. It's really just these microcrystals that are creating almost this reflector. So we're using this technology, like you said, it's phototherapy. It's using the infrared heat. So infrared heat is on the light spectrum. So it is radiation that we humans emit at all times. So we always have infrared energy that is vibrating off of our body. And so what David Schmidt was thinking about is like, okay, well, let's use this energy that even on a cold winter day, our body temperature is always around 37 degrees, which is really warm when you think about it. And so there's always this energy that is coming off of our body. Why not reflect some of that back into the body to create a cascade of change? And so what this is doing when applied specifically, there's 2 spots that are recommended behind the neck or below the belly button. This will help to stimulate the production of copper peptide. Copper peptide is the holy grail of peptides. And what really was interesting to me, yes, there's a financial aspect, but to me, this wasn't what the appeal was. To me, it's like, peptides are it. Peptides are the future of medicine. And as a biohacker, I can't not have peptides as part of my toolbox. Like I need peptides as part of it. And the reality is in Canada, it's very hard / hardly impossible to get our hands on high quality peptides. You have to get it from the States, and usually you have to inject yourself with it. You have to reconstitute it. You have to inject twice a day. And it's a big deal. And most people just aren't willing to do this. First of all, it's so expensive. And then it's hard. Like people don't want to inject themselves necessarily. So this patch allows your body to produce what it needs, which I love because it's also very aligned with my value of trusting the body, giving the body what it needs, just like the same way I recommend supplements to my clients to fix nutritional deficiencies. This patch comes in to support the body in producing the copper peptide. Now let's quickly talk about what this peptide does on the body, because I mean, I don't know if there's one thing it doesn't do, but copper peptide in particular is really, really helpful in reducing inflammation and healing the body. We're talking about tissue regeneration, blood vessels and lymphatic vessels, and it's insane. It's really helping to regenerate the body and heal the body, reduce inflammation. Naturally, over time, we lose copper peptide in our body. And copper peptide also ultimately is responsible for stem cell activation. And so a lot of people are like, what? This patch creates new stem cells? And it's like, well, there's a cascade that takes place behind the scenes. So we're not injecting stem cells with this. There are no stem cells in the patch. But so it's creating amazing changes. And quickly, I just want to add, this patch you wear 12 hours on, 12 hours off. You can wear it through the night or you can wear it through the day. And obviously there's no overnight results. Studies are showing drastic improvement in copper peptide levels in the blood after only 7 days of wearing it. But really, the recommendation is to wear it over 3 to 6 months. But let's talk about maybe some of the results that you've experienced.
Yes.
I mean, maybe I can share mine. Like, what have you first felt when you started wearing this?
So I think it's important to also mention that the first 24 hours, you have between 3,000 and 4,000 genes that resets in your body. It's important to drink a lot of water because you are detoxifying your body. So I always recommend to drink a lot of electrolyte, lots of water to help the body to reduce that inflammation. But, myself, I don't have a lot of pain in my body. You fixed all that.
We did.
You did. But I was someone that I would go to bed and I would stress. So like my brain would still be like a hamster, like just thinking
the hamster
and thinking.
wheel. Yes.
Yes. So, the patch also developed GABA in the brain. So, which is this
a neurotransmitter that helps to calm, the body and the nervous system.
So I've been sleeping so much better. And the result of that is that I have so much energy in my day. Like seriously, no crash, don't need many coffees. If I'm lucky, I get one coffee now, but I just really, really have such great energy. I feel different. But like my son, who was starting to lose hair, at 18, that was really concerning. Now he has like baby hair all regrowing, which is really proud. It helped with the acne because it's detoxifying his body. My husband had knee pain, joint pain in the knees, and right now it's completely gone. So it's almost hard to believe, but it's like, wow.
But this didn't happen overnight. Like you've been wearing it for almost 4 months now.
We're at our third month now.
3. Yeah. So copper peptide is really, really known, in particular for its benefits on the skin, hair, and nails, right? It helps to boost collagen production. It helps with, this is wild, but it even helps with the color, like the pigment color of your hair. So it helps to even reverse gray hair, which is wild. And so it does, even just from a cosmetic standpoint, it helps with the quality of your skin, the clarity of it.
I saw that, definitely.
Yeah.
Saw that.
But those are for collagen to be stimulated, it takes about 9 to 12 weeks. Even we say that with skincare products. And so it's the same here. It takes about 12 weeks to see. And people are even saying, reduction in fine lines and pigmentation, like skin looks more even. And that's, again, just because the body is able to better heal itself. So we're really just promoting the body to go back to a state of balance, to clear out what doesn't serve, which is why there's a detoxification effect. This is what I felt when I started wearing it the first 5 days. because I know right away now when my body's in detox mode, that's what I felt. I was like, oh my God, Jess, this is crazy. Like I could feel I had, heavy legs, and I could feel it in my body that things were moving. And then after the 5th day, and I was drinking a lot of water, doing all my tips and tricks and using all my biohacking tools to move through that. But then the sleep was really where I noticed the biggest difference. And I have a bunch of different tools to track data because that's, what a true biohacker does. But I have, let's say, my Oura ring, and I have a frequency reader, and I have a bunch of things, and they were all showing how the quality of my sleep, which was already very high. Okay. So let's just say that it just went to levels I never thought I could reach. Like, meaning it's like now when I go to sleep, I have insane amounts of deep sleep, but also I don't have any awake moments through the night, which like this has happened. It happened even this morning. I was still in the same position when I woke up that I was when I went to bed. Okay. It's like I literally die. But I feel so rested when I wake up. I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is insane. And I have data to see it. So for me, I wear it at night because I find the quality of my sleep is just like you've mentioned, the energy it gives me throughout the day is unreal. But I know a lot of people who maybe are suffering from chronic pain like to use it during the day to alleviate that. But anyway, so obviously we have to add disclaimers here. This patch is not designed to heal or come and miraculously change everything. However, like I've mentioned, to me, it's another modality. It's another tool in my toolbox. I find that when you combine that with other healing protocols, with cleaning up your lifestyle, it just amplifies and speeds up the result. And maybe I can quickly just share with my daughter, and then we'll wrap it up. But my daughter was suffering through the summer. She, was at summer camp in her famous Crocs shoes, which I know now are approved by you because they're super trendy.
Yes.
But they drive me nuts because she's, in and out of the river and always like humid, in there. And anyway, so at the end of the summer, she was like, Mom, it hurts. It's so itchy. And sure enough, she had athlete's foot also from having a bit of a candida overgrowth through the summer. So right away I started her on a candida cleanse, and, but a candida cleanse takes, a while. It's not a quick fix. And she would be, waking up at night, coming in my room, crying, like, Mom, it's so itchy. What do I do? And I didn't want to put any medication because that's not in my values. And then in the middle of the night, one night, I was like, the patch, I'm going to try the patch. So I put a patch actually on her foot, and I took pictures. I was kind of using her as a guinea pig. I had done my research in terms of the safety profile. I felt really, really comfortable doing this. And within 4 days, it was healed. Like, new skin, everything was healed shut, nothing, like there was nothing raw, nothing open. And so she started being in love with that patch. She's like, Mom, it's like, wow. But so what that showed me is, did the patch do all the work? I don't know, but I think we had done 2 weeks of cleansing before, but it just kind of like everything changed rapidly. It just elevated the whole protocol. And that's really how I see it now. And that's how I use it with my clients. And this is what's great too, is you can decide to try the patch for yourself and just use it personally. Or if you're contemplating maybe adding some revenues, then you can also decide. And if you're wearing it yourself and you're seeing amazing results, well, you're going to want to share that with others. And so that's where the business opportunity is great. And that's what happened to you, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, I just want to try. I just want to have it for me. But then like the results are so amazing. They're like, well, I need to share that,
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
like automatic. We want to share the beautiful result. And
Yeah.
another good point when people ask, like, can I put this on my kids? Absolutely. There's no medication. So it's like, it really helps with the immune system. at this
It
time
helps
of
with
year.
there is nothing, if you start looking on copper peptide, there is nothing it doesn't help in the body. Seriously, it's
Mm.
crazy. It is the holy grail. And this patch, it's not about aging backwards. It's really more about, let's optimize our health. Let's optimize our energy. Let's see, like, do we have any healing to do in the body that maybe we're not even seeing yet? Because we know disease are 10, 15 years in the making. So this helps to kind of prevent that. Also, I often get a question like, is it too, if I'm like, let's say 60 years old, is it too late? And no, and that's the thing, is any amount of copper peptide that you add back to your body is going to help at like tremendously. So this is good for anybody. And of course, just small consideration is, like I always talk about, your rain barrel. So consider how full is your rain barrel? Have you ever done a detox? Have you ever done any lifestyle improvement work? Because if you start with the patch, you might feel some detoxification, and that would be normal, because if your rain barrel is full, there's more that needs to be washed out. So I always recommend to maybe do a liver detox first, then move into the patches. So Jess, I know I want to keep this because we could talk for hours, and in fact we will, and we want to invite you. Jess and I are going to be hosting these weekly calls. We're going to go live because people have so many questions, and we want to be able to answer both your business and health related or patch related, peptide related questions. And so we are creating a Facebook group, a private Facebook group that you're welcome to join. We're going to put the link in the show notes. Also, if people are wanting, like if you're listening to this right now and you're like, I need to get my hands on this, or you're thinking, I want to know more about the business opportunity, we're going to put Jess's calendar in the show notes. So hopefully you don't get inundated, but if you're wanting to consider the business opportunity, if you want to learn more about that, you can connect, or if you want to place your order, you can connect with Jess. But her and I will go live every Thursdays starting November 30th. So when podcast is going to air, it's going to be on Thursday, and it'll be at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, right? So you and I are going to go live on Zoom. And we're going to stream that Zoom live in our Facebook group. And every week we're just going to meet you, and you can invite the people in your life that you care about, the people that you want to hear more about this technology. And we're just going to be there to answer your questions.
I can't wait.
Yes. And just maybe also quickly saying, like, X39, this patch here was released, approved in Canada in September. So it's still, that's why the opportunity is still very exciting, because it's very, very new to the Canadian market. And that's why it's exciting.
They're in over 70 countries, and yes, like you said, it just entered Canada a few months ago, which is really nice for those who want an extra revenue. It's you in Canada, so it's like it's time to share, because
the opportunity is now. The early adopters, yes,
absolutely
awesome.
So I want to thank you, because you have truly helped me this year, and I truly believe that I am where I am for all the work we've done together. So I'm extremely grateful for you, and you brought me back to my why and my purpose, and I really strive now to help women, to elevate women, to help them to reconnect with themselves. I just want them to enter a room and be the light. So you helped me with that. Thank you.
And you sure are when you enter a room. And by the way, so Jess, where can people find you? And I also just want to say, like, Jess is my stylist, so I often get the question. And so she's the one styling my photo shoots, all the things. So if ever you have a big project coming up, she is amazing. You're located in Ottawa, but you're able to help people in that area, in Montreal as well. But you can still help virtually. I'm pushing you. But where can people find more about you?
So I have a platform called Maison Bédard, and on this platform, you can find my beautiful footwear. You also have the pillar of my styling services. We have the wellness, although my favorite product. But in the styling services, we offer a seasonal styling, a photo shoot styling, or a special event. So I can help you with all of those. I like to say that it's an incredible experience. It's not just a service. You really feel that you are reconnected with yourself, and it's just a spectacular experience. And I would love to help anyone that needs my help.
Yes. And
Maison
obviously
Bédard,
Instagram is where you hang out. So go
Maison
check.
Bédard, yeah.
Yeah, go check Jess at Maison Bédard. You always do the most beautiful reels about how you're styling your shoes and all the most current styles. And we're also, if you're interested in X39, either you join our Facebook group, which we're going to put the link, you join our weekly meetings on Thursdays. This is going to be also a lot of fun, or you can connect with Jess right away if you want to get started on the patch, if you want to try it for yourself, or if you want to start recommending it to your network as well. So thank you, Jess. I think this was like a very uplifting, hopefully inspiring episode, just to show you that sometimes we think, that all our dreams have to come to an end and we have to, make ourselves small because that's what we should be doing. And I love how you're showing that it's not the truth. There's always options, and there's always solutions that can come when we do the work. And when we also give ourselves permission to have access to those dreams. So thank you for activating that for other women.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And if this episode was helpful at all, if it really enlightened something in you, please share it with other women that you think might benefit from hearing this conversation. Because again, the more we rise together, the more we can change our communities, the more we can change our families, the more we can be the change that we want to see in the world. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I will see you again next week. The information shared on this podcast is for information purposes only and doesn't provide any medical advice. Vanessa Grutman does not cure, diagnose, or treat disease. Please consult your physician before trying any new protocol or product.